Hello Spider Peeps. Well, today we're going to play with a ultrasonic mister. So this arrived not too expensive from AliExpress. Oh yeah, my 3D printer's on. Let's do the DaVinci Studio magic, and there you go, clean audio. I will do a video about that at some point. Normally when you get these bags, they're just standard, but I've noticed there's some instructions on this, and it's got this thing in it which reminds me of something. It reminds me of the inside of a felt tip pen. I think this must wick up the water. You see, this isn't vodka. Well, it could be. You wouldn't be able to tell if it was. But yeah, just some water in there. And I decided that should be able to fit in there. It comes with these two bits. So it looks like, I could probably work this out without the instructions. Should this be on the top or the bottom? Not 100% sure. Well, we can always change it. And the wires need to come out. Let's move that out of the way a little bit. Let's just zoom in a bit for you. Okay, so these two things just clip together by the looks of it. But there's a little outlet there, so that must be where the wire comes out. Cool, these don't have to leap all over the place. So let's pop that in there and clip that on. Do you think I should? Let's put this in first, just in case. In case there's something in there that taps into it. All right, that seems to be what I need. All right, just hope this fits in there now. It doesn't go all the way in. Let's hope this wicks up anyway somehow. Well, you can see the top of it there. And then this little board. Okay, then this little board, which hasn't been finished. I suppose these things would be twice as much money if they had to employ a human just to sand the edges off, because Spidermaf doesn't like the rough edges. I always think I'm going to get fibre in my fingers when I do that somehow. Okay, so that's there. Now I noticed on the inside of this there's some extra instructions. Do not puncture the atomizer. Okay. Do not use fast chargers. Cannot run empty. No change circuit. All right, don't change the circuit. The circuit board must not be damp. All steel sides draw water downward. Okay, rated power input. Okay, so it's a micro USB, so that's easy. So let's plug it in and see what it does. And it looks like there's some kind of choke there, so there could be high voltages on this, but maybe not. There's not a lot of circuitry. So let's find my micro USB lead and we'll plug this in. All right, and has that soaked up yet? You know, it hasn't. I think what I'm going to do, let's swap that round like that. I think it says it should draw it in there, but let's just try it like this. So if I turn this on, do we get any smoke? Ha! That's great. Can you see that on the camera? Yeah, that's what I was expecting to happen. But, oh, nice blue LED. Right, so the reason I wanted to play with this is because I saw a model the other day. And it was a model village where there was a house on fire and they'd got all flashing fire engines around it. And they'd got this flame effect, which I think was one of these with an LED in it. So it like lit up the smoke. So that's what I want to try with this. I want to try and see if I put an LED in the stream, whether I can make it look like fire. So let's try that. So let's just build up a little LED thing. And I've got the LED tea lights, one of my favourite tea lights, which should have a flickering bulb. It better have. Yes, okay. I'm literally going to harvest the parts out of this LED light. Never remember the right way for this. Negative down, positive up. And let's get this out as well. And I'll send them to train by Aaron, because I'm sure he'll make something out of it. You can look at his channel here. Right, so if I turn this on and I get the right polarity, it should sparkle for me. Yeah. Okay, it's not very bright, but yeah, so let's solder those on. I just mark that in red so I don't lose it. It's funny, this is really fiddly, and literally I've just had something arrive from Temu which is going to help me with this in the future. I've not done a video about it yet, so I can't possibly use it. Here we go. Let's pop that on there. I'm just going to do this as a test. I'm not going to bother about doing any heat shrink on it at this moment. It will have heat shrink on it eventually, but this is just to see whether, see whether, shaky hands, whether this will work. Well, that's on, that'll do, that's all I need. And I suppose I could put its little hat on if I wanted. That disperses it more. I don't know whether I need that. Yeah, because I want the effect to be different. So let's, actually it looks brighter on the screen than it does here on the desk to me. So let's just do that this way. And then I'll get my magic cauldron again, pop that in there, let's turn it on so it sprays. I think I might need to get this from a different angle to make it work properly, but so if I put that in there, does it look like smoke? Not fantastically. Actually, I think it looks better if I like clip it from the side. Well, it's not smoke, I want it to look like flames. It does, doesn't it? Ever so slightly looks like flames. So maybe if I had a couple of these LEDs all around it, it might do it. What's it look like in the dark? Maybe it would. Maybe I have to brighten it up a bit. Let's turn the house lights off. Does that look like flames to you? Does a little bit, doesn't it? Ha. All right, so that was an interesting proof of concept. I think it will work. Maybe needs a bit more design, maybe a little circuit board up here that I can put the LEDs in and angle them. And obviously I've got to get a better reservoir for that. And my ideal use for this would to be connected to an ESP or something like that, so that we could turn it on and off remotely. But it actually looks way better on the screen than it does in real life at the moment from above. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little experiment. I'll put a link to one of these devices in the description. Probably won't be the same seller. If you want to see what I maybe do with this in the future, subscribe to me. Give us a thumbs up. Bye.